Hi, hello, how's everyone doing on this very lovely day? So, for this day, I'm going to be teaching you guys some basics about logic, alright? So, first things first, I'm going to introduce you guys to the most basic logic piece that we have. It's called the logic lever, and it's pretty simple. You can turn it on and off, and it can control things. So, this one, it just hooked up to a torch right here. So, when you click this lever, it just goes on and off. Pretty simple. Now, if you're ever wondering how to connect it to something, I just disconnected it right there. So what you're going to want to do is click on one of these empty slots like that, walk over to the metal torch, and hit select. Once you do that, it's going to have a cable connecting it right there. Now, I like to turn them off sometimes, but now that it's connected, you can turn it on and off. Then, if you ever want to disconnect something, you can hit that X, or you can just override the connection sometimes. So say I wanted this lever to be connected to it, I could just go like that. Bam. So now we're going to get that connected back up. All right. So now what could be some potential applications for this? Well, something that is pretty common, you'll see, is connecting to a storage crane. So I will turn this guy on, and I'll turn this guy on, and you'll see the storage crane is going to start going. All right. Now, as this guy's filling up, we have another logic piece over here called the storage logic gate. What this does is it can detect the amount of items in a storage, like a barrel, an advanced storage, a mega storage, and then once it's past a certain point, it'll either send an output sending on or sending off. So for this guy, I have it to send the signal type on if it is above 4%. So what that means, since the storage barrel has 50 total items, that means once you get past 2 items, this is going to start ticking on. And you see this delay right here? You can tweak that down to 1 second, or you can make it all the way up to 10 seconds. So it'll be more responsive the lower you go, less responsive the higher you go. So once it fills up, it's going to detect that, and it's going to turn the torch on. Now you might notice something. This only has 1 slot compared to our lever, which has 5 slots. So that's when something like our lovely friend called the logic signal splitter comes in. So what I have here is I just have a logic lever that is connected to this crane, and that's going to turn the crane on, which then I have a storage logic gate here to detect it. This one's set to 10%. So that is actually going to be 5 items instead of 2 items for this one. And then this storage logic gate is connected to this signal splitter. And this signal splitter is connected to all these metal torches. Because before, you would have to have 5 different storage logic gates, which is going to be a lot more expensive. And if you look in the build matting real quick, we'll see a storage logic gate is 2 more housing than a logic splitter. So you would have 5 of these versus you would have 5 storage logic gates versus a storage logic gate and a signal splitter. I'm taking the signal splitter every day. All right. So with that, we're going to turn it on, and our crane's going to start going. And once we get to 5 items, you're going to see this guy is going to start going on, and you'll see it. This little bar is going to disappear and slowly work its way up for 5 seconds, and then everything's going to turn right on. So that was a super basic intro to logic. We're going to go a bit more advanced. I'm going to make this a super big series. I'm going to completely go over our missing logic piece, which is the logic gate. And I'm going to give every single one of those its own video. And then I'm going to make some other useful logic things, combining all the logic pieces together so that you might use them in your factory. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.